In Chicago, the biggest one downtown, which started in Grant Park, and the goal to push back against the Trump administration amid immigration raids in the city. Organizers estimate between 200 and 250,000 people were there, potentially one of the largest in the country. It's hard to grasp the scope of how huge this crowd was. We've tried to offer that scope from the air and the ground with these time-lapse videos to kind of give you a sense of how large this group was. Our Marissa Sulik was there. She shares what elected officials and attendees want the president to hear.
Today, massive crowds flooded Butler Field in Grant Park.
We have a pinata, has candy in it and everything.
Andrea and Jeff Chow brought a Donald Trump pinata to the rally to add what they call a little levity to a stressed city.
We want ice out of Chicago. Chicago's doing great without ice.
Are they? Is Chicago doing great without ice? You know, I'm going to keep playing it, but let me add this. Certain people don't feel the effects of certain people being in their communities because they're not in their communities. Let's just continue.
I cannot lie to you. This has been the most horrific month of our lives.
This was the second and much larger No Kings protest this year. The first since President Trump announced Operation Midway Blitz to ramp up immigration enforcement across Chicago.
Are you all ready to defend this democracy?
Mayor Brandon Johnson was one of a dozen speakers. He says he wants the people of Chicago to destroy authoritarianism.
This nigga tweet.
We do not want troops in our city. We will not allow our cities to be occupied. We will never surrender.
Governor J.B. Pritzker spoke at the end, sending a strong message to President Trump.
But tyranny also fails when ordinary people refuse to cooperate, when they say no kings and they mean it. So Donald Trump, stay the hell out of Chicago.
After the list of speakers spoke, those tens of thousands of people that filled Grant Park here made their way out for a march. It took a long time to get all the people out on the streets of the Loop, but they wanted to continue their message that change needs to be made.
People flooded the streets of Michigan Avenue onto Wacker toward the Trump Tower and around the Loop. This brought rolling street closures and gridlock across downtown. Some saying these protests must continue to prove a point toward the Trump administration.
If they don't see people rising up to stop that, they're going to think they can do more of it, and they're going to keep pushing the envelope, and they're going to keep trying to take away.
Let me pause it one more time because the video is almost over. I just want y'all to understand who you're seeing here, okay? You're seeing mostly white people. Let's just put that on aspect right there. You're seeing a lot of whites. Not saying they can't be there. Just saying that's who we're seeing, okay? Let's just put that on aspect, okay?
In the Loop, Marissa Sulik, CBS News, Chicago.
All right, well, let me give you my commentary on this. And I like it, actually. I like it due to the fact that it looks like some people can work in solidarity for once, right? But for the reasons that you're coming together, it's not the adequate reasons. No one's claiming to be a king. Last week it was Free Palestine, and now it's no king. Okay, so I'm just a little bit stuck on what y'all really protesting against, because at the end of the day, he is the feds. So you could protest. There's a lot of people, 200 or 250,000 individuals in the Chicago protests. Now, like I said, I'm not against it. Do your thing. That's your constitutional right to protest. So you can protest. Everything seems peaceful. So do what you need to do. No violence is being done. So, and it's funny because when you look in the crowds, you start to look for what are they protesting? First, you got to think about what they're protesting for, and then who are they protesting against? So they're protesting for the immigration rights and ICE being in their community. But I see no Latinas out here protesting. I see an Asian man, white, black woman, white man, Arabian guy, white guy, slightly Asian white guy. I see no Mexicans, no Hispanics. You see, and does it have to be? I think it's just a anti-Trump protest, which do your thing, man. You could protest against the president if you feel like you need to do that. That's your First Amendment right, and that's great. I just want you guys to understand that, come on, let's stop wasting time. I guess we all don't have jobs, but I guess the government is shut down, so a lot of you guys are out there, and I guess there's people probably out there that are part of the government, so I have to put that in aspect too, and that's okay. I'm completely fine with that. If you're part of the government and you feel like you've been wronged by the current administration, okay, go out there and protest. You're doing it peaceful, like I said. You're doing what you need to do, but for the reasons that you're protesting isn't the same reasons that you don't like the guy, because you're saying that he doesn't. So basically, J.B. Prister saying you're not welcome in Chicago. J.B. Prister, you are the governor of Illinois. Can I keep adding that? Every video I make about the guy, I must add that you are the governor of Illinois, not the governor of Chicago. Yet you keep being in Chicago protesting everybody's views of Chicago. How about you represent the whole state? And based on those colors, you know what your state represents. That being said, Darren Bailey, hey, you're going to be the new governor, man. We about to flip Illinois red, as long as with Chicago. Because you can't say that you're against what's going on when they're actually getting certain people out of communities. Can I demonstrate logic to you guys? HSI, Border Patrol. They're the ones that control the north and the south borders of our country. Yes, yes, yes. Are you aware? And that being said, since they control the north and south borders of our country, we must have someone to keep the people out of the country that have already entered. Oh, those are called ICE. Yes, Immigration Enforcement Agency and Customs. So those are the people that keep the people out of the country once they're in the country. Then you got people that keeps the borders free and around the oceans and the waters to keep them free. So these people are just doing their jobs. Unfortunately, the last administration has let over 11 million of them in. Once they got in, they spread to all the blue states and hid out. So what does the next administration does? They have to send those people to be hunted down and captured because they've been hiding out in blue states. Now you have the blue representatives of those states, mayors and governors. They're now trying to hold those people, and they make it seem like Donald Trump is doing wrong when actually the last administration purposely let him in to dilute the votes, because you guys are giving them IDs, identifications, and allowing them to vote in the American system, which is diluting the American vote, because you're letting illegals come in here, get a regular, and letting them vote, no ID to vote, and then they're having their election. Come on, man. Y'all got to know what voter fraud is. So for the integrity of the United States, let me add, for the integrity of the United States, we must get them out, because the blue states are allowing them to vote. I guarantee I'm right. They say that we're not allowed to, but they just caught a guy that's an illegal immigrant that is a police officer, that was sworn as a police officer. Now, not who's saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he overstayed his visa and he has a weapon. Those are things he's not supposed to do, which means he's not a U.S. citizen. He cannot become a law enforcement officer. The feds know that. The state knows that. Yet he is an officer of the law that has a firearm on his person as he's enforcing laws as a non-citizen. Come on, bro. Y'all got to understand what's going on. So what are you protesting for? Immigration being in Chicago. It's all over the state, but it needs to be in Chicago because your last administration has let them in. Does it look nasty? Yes. Do they have to do it? Yes. Because you let so many individuals in that you have to enforce the rules. What should have not happened is Biden shouldn't have let them in the country so freely without restriction, made them untraceable. Then we would get a terroristic act on our country. We wouldn't know who it's from because we don't know who's in the country. And then you're looking for the feds to protect you. See, the problem is I feel like a lot of people, they think they're knowing what they're protesting, but they're not really thinking. They're thinking about today, but not tomorrow. They're thinking about taking the criminals away from their families, but the criminals created criminal acts, right? If I kill someone and I'm eating dinner with my family, example, this is hypothetically, allegedly speaking. If I'm eating dinner with my family, but I killed the person and I happen to not get caught for 10 years, and then one day the police just bust in the door while I'm eating with my family, should I have a protesting for me because I was with my family when they took me away, even though I committed the crime years ago? Or should they wait for me to finish my dinner? They should wait for me to leave my family. Oh, my girlfriend's pregnant. My wife is pregnant. They should wait until I raise my kids up to take me away. Come on. Let's be reasonable here, man. I'm tired of the bull ass. the BS. I'm just tired of it because it's just not logical. Okay, you're gonna protest a guy that's doing what he should do because the last administration purposely put him in the country knowing that he'll lose. Then he tried to bring him in the country so he can use the votes. And then all the blue states don't do voter ID. You should Google it. Google all the states that doesn't require an ID to vote. Illinois is number 1. Let me just add that. When I went to vote, I gave him my ID and she said, no, I can't take that. I said, really? How would you know I'm me? Just give me your address and your name. That sounds kind of fraudulent, don't you think? But okay. Being a citizen, I have no problem with that. But for the non-citizens, how would they know? And then next thing you know it, your governor has unlimited terms. Y'all see how this works? But think about it. You brought 11 million people in the country and you still lose. Listen to what the true Americans, the true citizens want that. Listen to the legal migrants that are here that actually took the right route to get here. Listen to them because they're the ones that are logically speaking, saying that these people should not come in the country illegally because they had to come in the right way. Because that's basically what Pritzker's doing. He's protecting them, holding them in their states. He might win a third term. I hope he doesn't because what he's doing is very criminal. I don't think y'all understand how bad this will get. You're going to have a socialistic governor in New York, a democratic socialist in New York. Come on. Y'all know where this goes, right? Yeah. Tax the rich, huh? How about this? How about all the rich leave the country and don't fund the country, right? Then tax the rich. Oh, go to Puerto Rico and get paid from Puerto Rico so you don't get no tax. And then see how your social groups are going to get funded. See, y'all are not focused on the right thing. What y'all should be focused on is how to get more money, how to supply a need. We're focused on protesting. You know what I focused on all this weekend? Money. I said I need to up it up. I need to go full throttle even more. I need to put more gas on the pedal. I'm not playing. While y'all out here, hands off Chicago, do you understand what's going on? Y'all so weird. And 200 to 250,000 people is a lot of people. I'll say that. Like, you're doing what y'all want to do. And you're granted to do that. You know, it's nothing wrong with it. Just do it. It's just know what you're fighting for. Because you might be on the wrong side of history. That being said, it's your boy Angelo Savage. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Just tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. Are you for the No Kings Parade? And if you are, tell me what y'all think about why y'all fighting for this. Is it ICE? Because it seems like you're fighting for something that they're not even fighting for. I don't see any Latins, any Latinos, any Hispanics in the group, at least in this frame. And I was looking for the flag. I don't see them. These are white people. A little black people. A lot of trans. Let's just say. Y'all so anti-rule. I don't think you understand what happens when lawlessness becomes uncontrolled. The victim maintains the victim. The one that wants rule, y'all went from having high crime rates to saying we don't want police and patrolling our neighborhoods because you want to feel safe. I just think you guys don't understand how far this will get. And, you know, ignorance is bliss to those who are ignorant. Anyways, your boy Angelo Savage. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.